just wait for it. You're in for a good one today. And please watch it again. You will not believe, and I'm literally meaning that, as in literally, you're not going to believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth. Coach Greg, and in today's video, I get schooled by a professor. Turns out everything I've ever said in any video in my entire life is wrong. And I'm not making this up. He quite literally proves that I know nothing. Frankly, I watched this video. I haven't laughed this hard in years. It was non-stop comedy to have me listen to what he's been saying. And so I'm going to show you the comments he's made and let you decide. Am I right or is he right? Who knows more about nutrition? And so just wait for it. You're in for a good one today. And please watch it again. You will not believe, and I'm literally meaning that, as in literally, you're not going to believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth.
Number one has the most irritating, squeaky sounding voice that it's possible to imagine, frankly.
Yes, we all know I sound like the parrot from Aladdin.
Greg, you have no qualifications whatsoever that would give you any credibility to speak on human nutrition. You're a weightlifter.
And so apparently I'm just a weightlifter. Pick things up, put them down, have no qualifications whatsoever.
Calories are heat, Greg. That is how they are defined. That is how they are measured. That is what they are. They are heat energy.
And so yes, 1 kilocalorie is measured as the amount of heat required to raise 1 liter of water 1 degree Celsius. 1 calorie, 1 ml, 1 degree Celsius. And so now that we're on the same page and we now know how food energy is calculated through heat expenditure, let's now move on with it. He'll never bring this up again throughout this 30-minute video. And I'm being sarcastic. He does it 22 times. Well, because to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit.
False. Completely false. Not true at all.
Oh, I can't wait to hear them. How can we lose weight other than a calorie deficit?
Here's several ways you can lose weight without being in a calorie deficit. Number one, you can surgically have parts of your body removed, Gregory.
And so apparently I'm wrong, guys and girls circles. You can cut off your arm. That's a great way to lose weight. And did he just threaten me?
I know which part of your body I would remove given the chance.
Please not let it be the downstairs. I really enjoy that part.
Here's another way. Stop consuming fluids.
And so I think it goes without saying. Yeah, you can lose weight if you cut off your arms and legs. And if you don't ever drink any water and you're dehydrated. Pretty sure everyone already knew that. And so you didn't need to actually say that. I mean, yeah, you can get liposuction. You can suck out the fat. You can lose all your muscles and you lose weight. But when I talk about weight loss, I'm trying to help people to lose the weight that they want to lose. Not their fingers, hands, and toes.
If you're in a calorie deficit, that means your body core temperature has been reduced because calories are heat, Greg.
And so if you lose weight, it had to have been because your body's core temperature went down. So when you wake up in the morning and you fast and you go for a 26-mile marathon run in the blazing heat and you sweat profusely, you haven't lost weight because you've burned off calories. You've lost weight because you've just experienced hypothermia. But hypothermia is when you're cold. It's when your body's core temperature goes down, like when you fall into a frozen river and you climb out and you're really cold and you're shivering to keep yourself warm, which does in fact burn calories. That's hypothermia. Hyperthermia is when you're too hot. And so are you trying to tell me that you can't lose weight if your body's core temperature is above normal? Like when you run a marathon in extreme heat? Not sure if that makes sense. I'd suggest you try to maintain your body's normal core body temperature. But hey, if you want to freeze yourself to shiver more and burn more calories, or if you always want to run with sweat bags on and snowsuits to sweat more, well, that's up to you. Me, I prefer to stay cool. That's why you see me at the gym. I bring a fan. Notice that? You cannot break the laws of thermodynamics.
I bet if I got you on the phone right now and asked you to quote the laws of thermodynamics, you wouldn't be able to do it, son.
First law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And I don't want to go through all of them because that's the one that pertains to calories in, calories out. As in, I can't sit here and suck in magic calories and gain weight. If I sit in a chair and an obese person sat in it before me, I can't absorb their calories into my body. You can't magically gain weight. And that is why to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit.
The laws of thermodynamics apply, son, to an isolated thermodynamic system. Human beings are not an isolated thermodynamic system. idiot.
Man, he's very harsh on the language. Being a professor, man, when I was a school teacher, I couldn't say anything. I said poop in class. I get in trouble. Principals say, you can't say poop. These are kids. They're going to tell their parents what you're saying. This guy's calling me a cookbook idiot probably 135 times in one single video. I haven't been cursed this much at in a single video, I don't think, in all videos combined over the last month.
The laws of thermodynamics apply, son, to an isolated thermodynamic system.
It only applies to an isolated system. Not true. Energy balance already assumes that the system is not closed, because what do you think thermogenesis is? It is the wasting of energy as heat, which is part of your BMR, part of your NEAT, and part of other parts of your physical activity. So this idea that, oh, well, it's not accounting for these things. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And so if you can't maintain this caloric deficit,
Heat deficit.
a heat deficit, like, does that really help the world understand how to lose weight? Oh, don't track calories, everyone. Stop looking at nutrition labels. Track heat. He's got the solution. How much heat does it give off or not give off? And so perhaps this guy, he's the epitome of health. Underneath all that baggy, loose clothes, perhaps this guy's walking around with an ideal body composition. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell. If I had to ask me, I would guess he's above 15% body fat, which to me would be perfectly healthy for a male, but I don't know. Maybe this guy is the specimen of health. Picture perfect. Who knows?
I, for one, lost about 15 pounds, Greg, during a time that I was consuming above 6,000 of your so-called caloric heat units per day.
Is he from Mars, from another planet, our so-called, as if he's some other species from another universe? And did he really lose 15 pounds while eating 6,000 plus calories? Because if he did, imagine what the world would know if they only could discover him. He has over 26,000 followers, all of which must be absolutely shredded out of their tree, as Derek would say. Think of it. While eating over 6,000 calories a day, the guy's able to lose over 14 pounds in 14 days. And to burn just 1 pound of fat, that's 3,500 calories a day. 15 pounds, 14 days, it's about a 3,500 calorie daily deficit. And so to lose 15 pounds in 14 days, if it was in fact body fat, the guy would have to have been burning nearly 10,000 calories a day. And so how could he do that? Well, perhaps he was doing 20 hours of cardio a day. I really don't know what he did. He doesn't go through it. But if he did lose 15 pounds and he didn't cut off a limb and he didn't get surgery and didn't stop drinking water for 2 weeks, then the only way he could have done that was from a severe calorie deficit. And considering he ate over 6,000 calories a day, that means he burnt way more than 6,000 calories a day, either through his BMR, NEAT, or exercise, as well as the thermic effect of food. And so that scientifically would be how he would do it if he actually did, of which I personally don't believe it.
6,000 to 6,500 so-called heat unit calories per day, every day, for 14 days, 15 pounds lighter at the end of it, Greg. Explain that to me.
And so there you have it. He doubles down. Wrong. Don't need to be in a calorie deficit. 6,000 plus calories a day, lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks. And so what is your secret? Why don't you look shredded? Why are you not wearing a tank top? Why hasn't he had his own cookbook out? I mean, think of it. If you could lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks, he can't do that with this book. I'd want his book if it actually worked. Or maybe he's written a diet book on how to lose weight and keep it off. My Life's Work's in this book. Where's his? Professor knows more than all of us. He's definitely smarter than Einstein. He's rediscovered calories. They don't actually exist. It's all heat, and you can't lose weight unless you're hypothermic. But is there a chance that he's just wrong? No, it couldn't be that. It's got to be that I'm a moron. The faster you lose that fat, the more muscle you are going to lose with it.
Wrong again, Greg.
And so everyone, I've been wrong, and so now I changed my opinion. What's way better than losing the weight slowly over time with a small calorie deficit is to crash diet. All of you shouldn't eat anything. Starve yourself. Lose as much weight as you can in 2 weeks like this guy, and you can stay shredded forever. Forget trying to maintain as much muscle as possible on a cut. You don't need to worry about it. You can just crash diet, keep all your muscle.
This is pathetic, and you are not an example of someone we should aspire to as someone who knows how to look after their health.
Take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 10. That's how many calories you need each day. Make sure you're getting 2 grams of protein.
Oh dear, no calories. That's heat, son, remember?
And so Brandon Carter talks about how many calories you should eat on a diet, and then he quickly interrupts him and says, no, it's heat. And so anyone talking about how many calories you're eating in a day, you're all wrong. Every single one of you, including dietitians like Abby Sharp and so on, all of you are wrong. You're eating heat. And so the next time somebody says, hey, how many calories are you eating? You should correct them and say, no. Ask them how much heat they're consuming. Don't you know any better?
There are 4 calories in 1 gram of protein. 4 times 400, 1,600 calories.
There are absolutely not 4 kilocalories per gram of protein. Apparently, I failed that class. Even though I got an A+ in nutrition when I took it in university, I must have gotten that question wrong, even though I had an A+, which is the highest grade you can get. And so let's look how many calories are in 1 gram of protein. All right, so it says carbohydrates provide 4 calories per gram, protein provides 4 calories per gram, and fat provides 9 calories per gram. Well, aside from having learned this previously from reading books as a teenager, the first day of nutrition class, we quite literally learned this exact thing. The first thing the professor wrote on the board, calories in various macronutrients, they wrote those 3, and it was 9, 4, and 4. Later discussed that alcohol had 7. And so that was day 1 on nutrition. This is over 25 years ago. Haven't forgotten it. 4 calories in 1 gram of protein. But apparently in his universe, it doesn't go by calories. You can lose weight eating 6,000 plus calories a day, 15 pounds in 2 weeks. I mean, the guy has it made.
Dietitians are not people to ask about nutritional requirements, Greg. They don't know anything about it. They're indoctrinated puppets of a deeply misanthropic and evil organization.
And so perhaps in his universe, you don't ask lawyers about the law, doctors about healthcare. It's just a different world.
I'm going to go for walks for 4 hours a day to get ripped while starving my...
Walking will never get you ripped. Ever.
Walking will never get you ripped ever, yet walking burns calories, and if it causes you to be in a calorie deficit, it most certainly can help you to lose weight. If you can continue this long enough, you most certainly will get ripped. Also, many studies have shown that walking 8 to 12,000 steps, it leads to a longer life. Doing 150 minutes of moderately intense cardio a week, on average, will increase longevity. That's how long you live by 3.8 years. But this guy, no, don't do cardio. I mean, why would you? You can live to an old age. You don't need to walk. You can eat over 6,000 calories a day, lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks. And so why would you listen to any of us? This guy is the leading authority on everything on the internet.
Why would you want to...
Look at all those carbohydrates, those unnecessary, contraindicated, damaging carbohydrates.
I mean, yeah, look at all those carbohydrates in my cookbook. Why would you ever want to get to eat all that stuff and not become obese? And by the way, it's an anabolic cookbook, which means there's a lot of extra protein. It's not just carbs. It's not a carb book. It's a high protein book.
1 gram per pound, like the research actually says.
Yeah, Greg, no, it doesn't say that actually at all.
And so apparently we got it all wrong. Jeff Nippard, Mike Israetel, Lane Norton, myself, Derek, all of us, everyone saying 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Research doesn't say you need more. Apparently, we're all wrong. Really.
All exercise should be at very, very high or very, very low intensity, and the vast majority of your exercise should be at high intensity, nowhere in the middle, no cardio per se.
And so if you're 300 pounds, you're just starting out, you want to lose weight, don't progressive overload. On day 1, start sprinting. Really.
Amazing. I needed this advice years ago instead of that perpetual awkward calorie deficit for months.
Heat deficit.
Like, you're maintaining a calorie deficit. Like, you can't even let one slide. No, it's not a calorie deficit. It's a heat deficit. Like, no, I care so much about saying that it's not calories in, calories out. It can't be calorie deficit. It's heat deficit. Oh, it's hypothermia, people. When you lose weight, you're hypothermic. Really?
Calories are not an appropriate measurement of the energy contained in foods, because that is in a chemical form, you cocksplat.
That would be like me saying, hey, I don't identify as being a certain weight. I'm not 193 pounds. I'm 100. I'm perfect. I'm 100. 100 what? Perfection. I identify as perfection, 100 of it. And so stop telling me how much I weigh. I'm perfect the way I am. Really, that would be the same thing. He just decided, I don't want to go by calories. I'm not doing that. I'm from another planet. I decided it's heat and hypothermia.
Thermodynamics. Christ on a bicycle.
Now that I'd like to see Jesus Christ teaching us about the importance of doing cardio 150 minutes a week. See, even Jesus is riding bikes. See, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesus, Coach Greg, come on people, join me. Let's all start riding bikes.
One that makes sense, one that you can actually do, that's
But
sustainable.
no, it doesn't make sense if it comes from you, Gregory, and it contains a huge amount of carbohydrates. Like, look at your plate there.
I can't have that now. I can't have fruit. I can't have Greek yogurt. I can't have lettuce. Too many carbs. I never knew carbs were bad. So apparently carbs are bad now. Carbs are the devil. Carbs are evil.
Not to mention the can of poison in front of your left hand there. Product placement there. Did they pay you at all to put that product there?
No, my caffeine-free Diet Pepsi didn't pay me to put that there. I just kind of like it. And so imagine this guy made this video, and listen, I did not pay this guy. He's not an actor. He's not just putting on a show. This is actually him saying these things. And so, has he convinced you? Am I wrong about everything? I mean, he's clearly schooled me. I'm sure my parents are probably no longer with us. They just can't bear the thought of having had an offspring of this magnitude. I mean, clearly Dahmer pales in comparison to the horrible person that I really am for spewing all this nonsense over the years. And so let me know in the comment section who's right and wrong about all these calories and heat and all this nonsense. If you want to support me, please like this video and become a subscriber. Press that subscribe button. That would mean so much to me. If I could have you as a subscriber, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you do want a free training program, please become a newsletter subscriber. It's close to 20 pages, trying to help you out, trying to help you to lose weight. If you do want to buy supplements or the new Seco Bar, use code GREG. You get 10% off. Click the link in the description, hdltsubs.com. Please watch the bloops, subscribe, click the bell button, comment for that algorithm. It really does help. And until next time, I am out.